We've been here together for the last 6 weeks, working on basic acting skills, working on our voices and our bodies and really getting our stuff together. And so now you're going to see the fruits of that labor. The first scene I have for you today is a scene from a play called The Mousetrap, which is by Agatha Christie. And this scene is about halfway to 3/4 through the play. And starring in that scene is Dave, W, and Carol. And in this scene, there's already been a murder in true Agatha Christie fashion. At least 3 people have died already. And we've got our intrepid Inspector Trotter, who is trying to get to the bottom of things. So here we are. Let's take this away, our gentleman scene from The Mousetrap.
What did you say to the lady to upset her, sir?
Me, Sergeant? Oh, that was just a little innocent fun. I've always been fond of a little joke.
Yeah, there's nice fun, and there's not so nice.
Now, I do wonder what you mean by that, Sergeant.
I've been doing a little wondering about you, sir.
Indeed.
I've been wondering about that there car of yours, how it ended up overturned in a snowdrift. So conveniently.
Don't you mean inconveniently, Sergeant Trotter?
Yeah, that there rather depends on the way you're looking at it. Just where were you bound for, by the way, when you had this accident?
Oh, I was on my way to see a friend.
In this neighborhood?
Not so very far from here.
What was the name and address of this friend?
Now, really, Sergeant Trotter, does that matter now? I mean, it has nothing to do with this predicament, has it?
We always like the fullest information. What did you say this friend's name was?
I didn't say.
No, you didn't. And it seems you're not going to say. Now that's very interesting.
But there might be so many reasons, and a more, a discretion. You know these jealous husbands.
Rather old to be running around with the ladies of your time of life, aren't you?
My dear Sergeant, I'm not perhaps quite as old as I look.
That's just what I've been thinking, sir.
What?
You may not be as old as you try to look. There's a lot of people trying to look younger than they are. If somebody goes about trying to look older, well, it does make one ask oneself, why?
Having asked questions of so many people, do you ask these questions of yourself as well? Isn't that overdoing things?
Might get answers from myself. I don't get many from you.
Well, try again. That is, if you have any more questions to ask.
One or two. Where were you coming from last night?
That's simple. I was coming from London.
What address in London?
I always stay at the Ritz Hotel.
Very nice too, I'm sure. What's your permanent address?
I dislike permanency.
What's your business or profession?
I play the markets.
Stockbroker?
No, you misunderstand me.
Enjoying this little game, aren't you? And sure yourself too. But I shouldn't be too sure because you're mixed up in a murder case. Don't you forget, murder isn't just fun and games.
Not even this murder? Dear me, Sergeant Trotter, I've always thought policemen have had no sense of humor. Is this inquisition over for the moment?
For the moment, yeah.
Thank you so much. I shall now go and look for your skis in the drawing room. Maybe somebody has hidden them in the grand piano.
Yay! Now is the time. Yes, unmute. Let's see those beautiful applause reactions. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. What a strong start. Dave and Carol, thank you so much. All right, we're going to keep this party rolling. I was laughing. I hope you were too. This next scene is from a play called Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. And we've got two scholarly academics at war. We have Bernard Nightingale, who is a scholar. He has come to speak to Hannah, who they have some overlap in their scholarly pursuits. And he's come to ask her for some help with his research that has to do with her research. And we get to see them butt heads. So without any additional commentary, let's give it up for Josh and Sarah performing a scene from Arcadia.
Mr. Peacock, what can I do for you?
Well, to begin with, you can call me Bernard, which is my name.
Thank you.
The book. The book is a revelation. To see Carolyn Lamb through your eyes is really like seeing her for the very first time. Now, I'm ashamed to say I haven't read her fiction, and how right you are. It's extraordinary work, really. The 19th century is as much a period of mine as any is.
You teach?
Yes, I do. As do you, and as we all do. Though I haven't sold anything that's done quite as well as Caro.
I don't teach.
No. Well, all the more credit to yourself. To revitalize a forgotten writer, well, I suppose it's the point of an English professor.
Not to teach.
Oh, good God, no. Let the brats sort it out for themselves. Anyway, many congratulations. I expect someone will be bringing out Carolyn Lamb's overall now.
Yes, I expect so.
How wonderful. Bravo, really. Simply as a document, shedding reflected light on Lord Byron, it's bound to be...
Bernard. You did say Bernard, didn't you?
I did?
I'm putting my shoes on again.
No, you're not going to go out.
Why no? I'm going to kick you in the balls.
Right. Point taken. Ezra Chater,
Ezra Chater.
born Twickenham, 1778, author of two verse narratives, The Maid of Turkey, 1808, and The Couch of Eros, 1809. Nothing known after 1809 disappears completely.
I see. And?
Well, there is a Sidley Park connection. To my friend Septimus Hodge, who stood up and gave his best on behalf of the author, Ezra Chater, at Sidley Park, Derbyshire, April 10th, 1809. I am in your hands.
The Couch of Eros. Is it any good?
Quite surprising.
Family?
Zilch. There's only one other Chater in the British Library database.
Same period?
Yes. But he wasn't a poet like our Ezra. No, he was a botanist who described a dwarf Dahlia in Martinique and died thereafter being bitten by a monkey.
And Ezra Chater?
Well, he gets two references in the periodical index, one for each book. Both cases, a substantial review in the Piccadilly Recreation, thrice weekly folio sheet, but given no private details.
And where was this?
Private collection. I've got to give a talk in 2 weeks in London. And I think Chater is interesting. So, anything that you have on him, or the Septimus Hodge, any leads at all, I would be eternally grateful.
Well, I must say, this is a new experience for me. A groveling academic.
Oh, they say.
Oh, but it is. All the academics who reviewed my book patronized it.
Surely not.
Surely yes. The Byron gang unzipped their flies and patronized all over it. Where is it that you don't bother to teach, by the way?
Sussex, actually.
Sussex. Right. Nightingale. Yes, 1,000 words in the Observer to see me off the premises with a pat on the bottom. You must know him.
As I say, I am in your hands.
Quiet. Say please, then.
Please?
Sit down, do.
Thank you.
How did you know I was here?
Oh, well, I didn't really. I spoke to the son on the phone, but I didn't mention you by name, and, well, he forgot to mention me.
Valentine. He's at Oxford, technically.
Yes, I met him. Bride's head regurgitated.
You mean my fiance?
I'm going to take a chance. You're lying.
Well done, Bernard.
Christ.
Calls me his fiance.
Why?
It's a joke.
You turned him down.
Don't be silly. Do I look like the next Countess of...
No. No. The joke that consoles. My tortoise lightning, my fiance Hannah.
Oh, yes. You have a way with you, Bernard. I'm not sure I like it.
What's he doing now, anyway, Valentine?
He's a postgrad. Biology.
No, I think it's mathematics. He's the one that doesn't speak.
Gus.
Yeah, what's the matter with him?
I didn't ask.
And the father seems like a lot of fun.
Yes.
And the mother, the gardener. No, what's going on here?
Archaeology. The house had a formal Italian garden until about 1740. Lady Croom is interested in garden history. I sent her my book. It contains, as you know if you've read it, which I'm not assuming, by the way, a rather good description of Caroline's garden at Brocket Hall. I'm here now helping Hermione.
Hermione.
Yes, the records are unusually complete and they've never been worked on.
You know, I'm beginning to admire you.
Before was bullshit?
Completely. Your picture does you justice, but I'm not quite sure the book does.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Josh, Sarah. Brilliant, brilliant work. Alrighty, let's do this. So we're gonna give Sarah just a second to catch and breathe. She did the ultimate favor. We had a person who needed to step out of the class, and without complaint, Sarah hopped into multiple scenes. So thank you to Sarah publicly. Amazing. So next scene we're gonna see is our second scene from the Mousetrap. This is more toward the beginning of the show, and in the Mousetrap, we've already had one death. The Molly, who is played by Sarah, is the owner of a bed and breakfast that several mysterious and shady characters have showed up to stay their first weekend open, of which Lorenzo's character Christopher is one. And someone has been found dead in the drawing room, and now we've got to figure out who is killing our guests. So here we are, Sarah and Lorenzo in the Mousetrap.
Molly,
Oh, you startled me.
where is he? Where has he gone?
Who?
The sergeant.
He went out that way.
If only I could get away. Somehow, some way. Is there anywhere I can hide? In the house?
Hide.
Yes, from him.
Why?
But darling, they're all so frightfully against me. They're going to say I committed these murders, particularly your husband.
Never mind him. Listen, Christopher, you can't go on running away from things all your life.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's true, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite true.
You've got to grow up sometime, Chris.
I wish I hadn't.
Your name isn't really Christopher Wren, is it?
No,
And you're not really training to be an architect?
no.
And why did you?
Call myself Christopher Wren. It just amused me. And they used to bully me at school and call me little Christopher Robin. Robin Wren, association of ideas. It was hell being at school.
What's your real name?
We needn't go into that. I ran away whilst I was doing my army service. It was all so beastly. I hated it. Yes, I'm just like the unknown murderer. I told you I was the one the specification fitted. You see, my mother...
Yes, your mother?
Everything would be all right if she hadn't died. She would have taken care of me and looked after me.
No. You can't go on being looked after all your life.
One
Things
can't
happen
do
to
that.
you. You've got to bear them, Chris. You've got to go on just as usual.
One can't do that.
Yes, one can.
You mean you have?
Yes.
What was it? Something very bad.
Something I've never forgotten.
Was it to do with Giles?
No. It was long before I met Giles.
Oh, you must have been very young, almost a child.
Yeah, perhaps that's why it was so awful. It was horrible. Horrible. I try to put it out of my mind. I try never to think about it.
So, you're running away from things too, instead of facing them.
Yes, perhaps in a way I am. Considering that I never saw you until yesterday, we seem to know each other rather well.
Yes, it's odd, isn't it?
I don't know. I suppose there's a sort of sympathy between us.
Anyway, you think I ought to stick it out?
Frankly, what else can you do?
I might pitch the sergeant's skis. I can ski quite well.
That would be frightfully stupid. It would be almost like admitting you're guilty.
Sergeant Schroeder thinks I'm guilty.
No, he doesn't. At least, I don't know what he thinks. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Ooh,
Sergeant Trotter. He puts things into your head, things that aren't true, that can't possibly be true.
what is all this?
I don't believe it. No, I won't believe it.
What won't you believe? Come on, out with it.
You see that?
Yes.
What is it? Yesterday's evening paper. A London paper. And it was in Giles's pocket. But Giles didn't go to London yesterday.
Well, if he was here all day.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He went off in the car to look for chicken wire, but he couldn't find any.
That's all right. Probably he did go up to London after all.
If so, then why shouldn't he tell me he did? Why pretend he'd been driving all around the countryside?
Perhaps with the news of this murder.
He didn't know about the murder. Or did he? Did he?
Good Lord. Molly, you don't think... Surely the sergeant doesn't think...
I don't know what the sergeant thinks. And he can make you think things about people. You ask yourself questions and you begin to doubt. You feel that somebody you love and know well might be a stranger. That's what happens in a nightmare. You're somewhere in the middle of friends, and then suddenly you look at their faces and they're not your friends any longer. They're different people, just pretending. Perhaps you can't trust anybody. Perhaps everybody's a stranger.
Yay! Really lovely. Oh my gosh. Everything's so good. I love it. I love you guys. All right. So thank you so much. That was Sarah and Lorenzo in The Mousetrap. Our next scene that we're going to see is from a play called Exit the Body. Exit the Body is a bit of a murder mystery, and it centers around an author named Crane who has, she writes murder mysteries, and she has gone to the countryside for a nice relaxing retreat. And in her house, we find these two wily characters, Lugdy, who is playing Jenny, who is the housemaid, and Jay, who is playing,
Randolph.
Right, Randolph, who is not on the straight and narrow, if you know what I mean. So let's enjoy this opening scene from Exit the Body with Jay and Lugdy.
Well, come on, show me the joint. If I got to do a job and the Hammond woman is living here, I want to know where I'm working.
This is my room, the kitchen. This is where I cooked poor Mr. Redfax's last supper. Makes me feel kind of sad I didn't do better. If I would have known he was going to die, I would have never used instant coffee. I'd have percolated.
You're a real decent girl, Jenny. Upstairs, just the bedrooms, huh?
Yeah,
Now, where's this lead to?
library. It's full of books. Mr. Redfax never read nothing except that razor form he got in the mail.
He had his fingers in more rackets, everything from jukebox to dope. What a joint! Hey, it's furnished right down to the booze.
Everything. They even have salt in the salt shakers. That's why the rent's so high.
So is breaking
I don't
and entering.
think, hold on, Randolph. I don't think you should touch that liquor. Randolph, it's illegal.
So is breaking and entering.
We didn't break, and I have a right to enter. I guess Miss Hammond's rich. She's a good writer, huh?
The greatest. Never less than 5 murders in her books.
And I'll be working for her. But suppose the diamonds ain't here.
They gotta be. After the heist was made in New York, the ice was brought here.
But what about the diamonds?
Pigeon, ice is diamonds. That's the way you gotta talk. You're turning crooked.
I'll try.
Now the fence.
That's the person who buys the stolen ice.
Now you're catching on, Pigeon. The fence comes to pick up the ice, but Red Fox, he gets killed before he can turn them over. So the diamonds, they gotta be here.
And I can search while I clean up the house.
At night, you can let me in and we'll look together. Kay, perfect setup. The boss is no fool.
But I don't even know the boss. When am I going to get introduced? Who signs my W-2 form?
Pigeon, this is not declarable income.
Gee, that's great. But I'd like to know who I'm working for.
Get us the bottle, huh?
Hadn't you better start looking for the ice? They'll be here. They'll be here soon.
In a minute. Sure lucky thing I sat next to you in the movies. I mean, out of all the girls in Birchville, I should have slipped my arm around the one who works in this house.
I don't usually let strangers do that in the picture shows, you know. But I could tell you was a gentleman.
Mother brought me up right. She trained me to go crooked, just like the other mothers trained them to go straight.
What's your mother doing now?
10 years.
Why?
She lifted an emerald necklace off a dame at the opera. Mother loves Bizettes. She took the necklace off of Carmen as she was trying to sell her cigarettes.
But they caught her?
Yeah. She couldn't resist wearing the emeralds. They picked her up at the Automat on 46th Street. You know, the last thing Mother said to me as they took her away, she said, Randolph, by the time I come out, I hope you want it. Really have faith in me.
I guess you must be proud of you now.
So good. Amazing. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jay. Lovely, beautiful, beautiful. All right. We got all the funny ones right in a row. Let's see. So our next scene is from a play called Don't Dress for Dinner. In Don't Dress for Dinner, we have two friends. We've got Bernard and Robert. Bernard, and it gets crazy. Okay, so somebody's married, and but one of them is sleeping with a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend doesn't want the husband to know. And so basically what's happening over the course of this weekend is that everybody's lover is coming to stay, but everybody's got a different cover story because no one can let their person that they're really with, let them know that their lover is here. See, it's confusing just explaining it. And you haven't even gotten into the Suzettes and the Suzannes and all the women floating around in the play. So this is one of the opening scenes from this play, Don't Dress for Dinner, in which Bernard asks Robert for help with a very sticky situation that's about to be slightly clear. So without any additional commentary, we have Para Julie and Blake in Don't Dress for Dinner.
Very nice for a cowshed, I must say.
Robert, we got to think fast here.
What?
I need your help, old son.
What's wrong?
Have a drink.
Already?
Oh, you're gonna need it. Use your vodka and tonic?
Plenty of tonic, please.
Same old Robert. How long have you known each other for, Robert? 15 years?
Must be.
You don't see enough of each other.
No.
But that doesn't stop us from remaining good friends, does it?
No, indeed.
That's why we know we can rely on each other in crisis.
Certainly. What crisis?
Hold on to your head, Robert.
My hat?
There's something you didn't know about this weekend.
What?
Jacqueline wasn't supposed to be here.
I know she, what? No, no. I didn't know that, no.
She was gonna go stay with their mothers, much against wishes.
Her mother's?
No, Jacqueline's.
Why?
She doesn't like leaving me on my own.
Ah,
But there was something she didn't know.
what?
I wasn't
You weren't what?
going to be on my own. You know why?
I was coming?
No, no, not well, yes, but that came later. And it didn't matter anyway because you would provide a good alibi.
Alibi?
Yes.
What for?
The reason I wasn't going to be on my own,
Do you think you could elucidate a little?
you see, Robert, some time ago, I met this girl,
Really?
superb, a model, a knockout.
Really?
Don't sound so surprised,
No, no. It's just,
but I feel, and
really?
she fell for me.
Really?
Please don't keep saying really like that.
Sorry.
The point is, Jacqueline was supposed to be away for the weekend while Suzanne, that's the girl, was here.
Here?
It's a birthday. It was all organized for a nice little celebration, but then the old buzzer got the flu.
The girl?
Jacqueline's mother.
Uh,
That's why Jacqueline's still here. She couldn't go, and it's landed me writing.
in what?
Use your brains, Robert.
Yes, right.
She's coming here. She's going to be here any moment.
I thought she had the flu.
The girl, the girl.
Oh, the
She's
girl.
on here. She was supposed to be on the same train you were on.
Really?
Yes, really.
I see.
You didn't, did you?
What?
See her.
I don't know her.
Ah, you would have known if you had seen her.
Really?
I'm knockout. I was supposed to pick her up at the station.
You really are riding it onto you.
That's why I need your help.
My help?
Yes,
How can I help?
I want you to say she's yours.
My what?
Your mistress.
My?
Yes,
No.
Robert.
No.
Robert.
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, well done, gentlemen. Okay, so we have just a slight adjustment in schedule because we are living the life of adults here. So we are going to flip the order of the last two scenes. And so what we're going to do now is see a scene from the play slash movie The Odd Couple. And that has got Dave H. and Donovan, and we've got two roommates. One of them is kind of sloppy. One of them is recovering from divorce and is very clean and uptight. And if you're familiar with any permutation of The Odd Couple whatsoever, this is sort of the ultimate opposites attract sort of buddy comedy. So without any further ado, we're going to pass it to Dave and Donovan, who are going to bring us a scene from The Odd Couple.
Well, either I can go downstairs and buy a couple magazines, or I can make a phone call.
What are you saying?
I'm saying let's spend one night talking to someone with higher voices than ourselves.
You mean go on a date?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't.
Why not?
Well, it's okay for you, but I'm still married.
You can cheat until the divorce comes through.
I mean, it's not that. It's just that I don't have any feeling for it. I can't explain it.
Try.
Look, I intend to go out. I get lonely too, but I've just been separated a few weeks. Give me more time.
Look, I just want to have a dinner with a couple of girls. You just have to eat and talk. It's not that hard. You've eaten and talked before.
Well, boy, what do you need me for? Can't you go out by yourself?
Look, for all I care, you can take her in the kitchen and make a blueberry pie. But I think it's a lot healthier than you staying in your room writing Francis' name all through the crossword puzzles all night. Just for one night, talk to another girl.
But who would I call? The only other single girl I know is my secretary, and I don't think she likes me.
Leave that to me. There's 2 sisters that live in this building. English girls. One's a widow, the other's a divorcee. They're a barrel of laughs.
How do you know?
I met him in the elevator last week. I've been meaning to ask them out, but didn't know which one to take out. This'll be perfect.
What do they look like?
Don't worry, yours is very pretty.
I'm not worried. Which one's mine?
The divorcee.
Why do I get the divorcee?
I don't care. You want the widow?
No, I don't want the widow. I don't even want the divorcee. I'm just doing this for you, Oscar.
Look, take whoever you want. When they come in the door, point to the sister of your choice. I don't care. I just want to have some laughs.
All right, all right.
Don't say all right. I want you to promise me you're going to try and have a good time. Please, Felix, this is important. Say I promise.
I promise.
And don't write in the book $1.30 for the cab.
No writing in the book.
No crying, sighing, moaning, or groaning.
I'll smile from 7 to 12.
And no one's to be named Francis. It's Gwendolyn and Cecily.
No Francis.
And this above all, no talk of the past, only the present.
And the future.
That's the new Felix I've been waiting for. This is going to be a night. Where do you want to go?
For what?
For dinner where we'll eat?
You mean at a restaurant? The 4 of us? It'll cost a fortune.
We'll cut back on laundry. We don't have to wear socks on Thursdays.
Yeah, but that's like throwing away money. We can't afford it, Oscar.
We have to eat.
We'll have dinner here.
Here?
I'll cook. It'll save us 30, 40 bucks.
What kind of double date is that? You'll be in the kitchen all night.
No, I won't. I'll put it up in the afternoon, and once I get my potatoes in, I'll have all the time in the world.
What happened to the new Felix? Hey, who are you calling?
Francis. I want to get her recipe for London broil. The girls are gonna love it.
I give up. Thank you.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Spectacular, gentlemen. Look, you can't ever fail with The Odd Couple. It's great. It's great, great, great. Beautiful work. Spectacular. All right. Well, here we are to our final scene of the afternoon or the morning, depending on exactly what time zone you are in. This last scene is from a play called Proof. And in it, we've got 2 sisters, Claire and Catherine. Catherine has been in Chicago taking care of their ailing father, who has, by this point in the play, passed away. And Claire has come down from her life in New York to help Catherine with the funeral arrangements and help kind of get things all tidied up. And, Claire really just wants to take care of Catherine. And so we're going to see this scene between 2 sisters from Proof. Take it away, ladies.
Good coffee.
It's all right, isn't it? We have a place where we buy all our coffee. They roast it themselves. They have an old roaster down in the basement, and You can smell it on the street, and some mornings you can smell it from our place 4 stories up. It's wonderful. Manhattan's best. Some magazine wrote it up. Who knows? But it's very good.
Sounds good.
You'll like it.
Good.
You look nice.
Thanks. So do you.
It's bright out here.
Yep.
It's one of the things I do miss. All the space, the light. You could sit here all morning.
It's not that warm.
Are you cold?
Not really.
I mean, it has gotten chilly. I'm sorry. Do you want to go back in?
No, I'm okay.
I just thought it might be nice to have a quick cup of coffee out here.
Oh, it is.
Honey, there's no hurry.
I know.
If you want to hang out, be alone for a while.
No, it's not a big deal.
We don't have to leave for another 20 minutes or so.
I know. Thanks, Claire.
You're all packed?
Yep.
If you miss anything, it doesn't matter. The movers will send us everything next month. I know this is hard.
It's fine.
This is the right decision.
I know.
I want to do everything I can to make this a smooth transition for you, and so does Mitch.
Good.
The actual departure is the hardest part, and once we get there, we can relax, enjoy ourselves.
I know.
You'll love New York. I think you'll truly feel at home there.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
Seeing Broadway musicals.
Mitch can get us tickets to whatever you like.
And Rockefeller Center in the winter. Ugh, all the skaters.
Well, you...
Also the many, many fine museums.
I know how hard this is for you.
Listening to you say how hard it is for me is what's hard for me.
Once you're there, you'll see all the possibilities that we have available.
Restraints, lithium, electroshock.
Schools. In the New York City alone, there's NYU, Columbia.
Right, college days, football games, road trips, necking it on the quad.
Or if that's not what you want, we can help you find a job. Okay? Mitch has terrific contacts all over town.
Does he know anyone in the phone sex industry?
I want to make this as easy a transition as I can.
Oh, it's gonna be easy, Claire. It's gonna be so fucking easy that you won't believe it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna sit quietly on the plane to New York and live quietly in a cute apartment and answer Dr. von Heimlich's questions very politely.
You can see any doctor you like, or you can see no doctor.
No. I would like to see a doctor called Dr. von Heimlich. Please find one. And I would like him to wear a monocle, and I'd like him to have a very soft, very well upholstered couch so that I'll be perfectly comfortable while I'm blaming everything on you.
Don't come.
No, I'm coming.
No, stay here and see how you do.
I could.
You can take care of yourself for 5 days.
Bullshit.
You slept all week. I had to cancel my flight. I missed a week of work, and I was this close to taking you to the hospital, and I couldn't believe it when you finally dragged yourself up.
I was tired.
You were completely out of it, Catherine. You weren't speaking.
I didn't want to talk to you.
Fine. Stay here if you hate me so much.
And do what?
You're the genius. Figure it out.
Oh my goodness, ladies. Wow. Oh my goodness. So let's all our audience and everybody feel free to come on camera. Any of you who have chosen to hide non-video participants, you can turn that off now. And let's just give one big round of applause for all of our spectacular performances this afternoon. Oh my goodness.